Southern Pacific Railroad has a long heritage of providing quality rail transportation to the many thousands of its customers. Today, intermodal shipments play a key role in making SP one of the best providers of rail transportation. SP's largest intermodal customer is American President Lines. APL has invested millions of dollars in state-of-the-art container ships and stack trains. Likewise, Southern Pacific has also invested millions of dollars in new motive power, staging areas, and improvements throughout the system to handle these priority trains. Regardless of the investment, we must all work together as a team so we can meet APL's service standards. Throughout SP's rail network stretching from Chicago to the Pacific Coast, quality, service, and reliability play a vital role in the face of increasing truck competition. Our Southern Corridor route between the ICTF in Los Angeles and the interchange at New Orleans is a good example of how teamwork, improved communications, and a personal commitment to quality have helped SP to reach its goal of providing on-time, reliable service to APL. The cargo containers on this American President Company's ship have already traveled thousands of miles across the Pacific Ocean, but most of them still have far to go to reach their final destination. To complete the delivery of its customers' cargo, APL relies on Southern Pacific as a partner to handle the delivery of these containers. APL is striving for success in a competitive marketplace, and they are counting on us to help them succeed.
From the time we leave our final port in Asia, we're aware that there's a train waiting for us. We feel that we play a real important part in the transportation link. I mean, we see ourselves as the ocean leg of a voyage that the container may be taking from somewhere in the Orient to someplace far in the eastern part of the United States. And we definitely feel that we play a key role on the ship getting the cargo from the Orient to the railhead.
Each day throughout the year, APL unloads hundreds of containers onto our trains. Every container on those trains is an opportunity for us to satisfy an important customer and stay ahead of the competition. Our primary competition in the marketplace is trucks. And to meet this competition, we must provide on-time and consistent transportation of APL's containers.
We're selling transportation, and if we cannot sell quality on-time performance, we really have nothing to sell.
Part of the service that we sell to APL begins at the huge ICTF facility located near Long Beach. Containers are trucked from the ship to this facility, where they are sorted and loaded onto waiting double-stack trains. In addition, domestic containerization, one of the fastest growing segments of the intermodal business, is handled by the ICTF. These containers originate in the United States and move through the ICTF to other U.S. destinations. Providing quality, on-time service requires many people doing many different jobs.
SP 6820, ICTF Tower calling, over. Yeah, when you get a clearance from Dolores, come on down 903 to 300, take your power to the house, and your ride's been called. This job is a very key job as far as getting cars on spot, getting trains built. I mean, it coordinates the whole thing. When you see like a 27-stack train you've been working on for 3 or 4 hours finally get out of town without a hitch, and then you can bring 27 more in. It is exciting. You know, you've done your job.
Down here at the gate, we all pretty much work in a team environment. Right. If it wasn't for the teamwork, everything would be slowed down considerably. Everyone gets along pretty well. Okay. It's a good family, and it goes so forth with the hostlers too.
We're gonna have a rover in case somebody has, tractor breaks down or something, then we'll go from there.
Crews use a team approach to make their job more efficient and provide better service to APL.
The way we operate it, they spot cans, and the crane comes down and loads it. And what us as a team have come up with is just to stay in order and stay in one line in order and go in one direction and load the cans that way. Per shift, we're loading on an average of 600 containers per shift.
But just loading a train is only one part of assuring prompt delivery of an APL consignment. The way we perform each individual task has important consequences down the line.
We're in charge of moving all the motive power on the SP Western region to the points where we need it. In other words, balancing it. We try to get that power back down to ICTF so it can be serviced and back on the train, you know, within 3 or 4 hours. I think the cooperation's very good between the roundhouse foremen and the planners down at ICTF Los Angeles and West Colton. And we all have to work together to keep this power utilized.
It's our job to make sure that they have adequate power for whatever they have to pull. We try to maintain as much reliability in the locomotives as possible. Basic idea is to put power out with zero fail. We have to work with electricians, sheet metal workers, boilermakers, carpenters, painters. It's a teamwork activity. If I was a customer and I'd look for a company that I knew was reliable and could put out a reliable product so that I know that when I hired him, that product would get to market.
Getting APL's containers to market is one part of the quality assurance program. This program maintains a strong APL partnership, gets everyone to focus on the work process and handle problem solving.
Problem solving is a continuing process. Hopefully, as we solve a problem, we don't have to go back and resolve it. You know, we worked awful hard on awareness and trying to get them to realize how important their role is. It's very important that everybody realizes how important a part they play in the whole process of quality control.
Hi, this is the Gilbert Police Department in Gilbert, Arizona.
Yes.
We have a crossing arm problem that we need to report to you.
All of the APL trains are quality trains because they have a list of quality trains in that order. And APL is top priority. We just make sure we get the trains in the clear for the APL train so that they don't have to stop and they don't have to go in the sidings. So we just make sure the APL train holds the main track at all times.
If you see APL or LADF to a line, or you know, if you just tell them you got a stack train, they know they're hot. You give them all green signals and not delay them.
Once a train is loaded at the ICTF, it heads out onto the main line for its trip to the southwest.
If we could get out of town on time, stop, pick up another train, and come right back, that's the way we'd like to run. I deliver this freight. My engineer delivers this freight. Together, we deliver the freight. People don't realize that even the clerk is important. If she doesn't take the information down right, we're going to deliver the wrong freight to the wrong people.
The APL trains are really fun to run. I enjoy those. In fact, the first time I saw them, I thought, we're going to run those huge things, those double stacks. There is a whole process to getting a container from one end of the world to the other. Even the computer link-ups from the ship to our ICTF yard, the yard masters, the clerks, the people who load the train, operating employees like myself, and the dispatchers who get us over the road. All of us are communicating together to get this job done.
On-time delivery is only one aspect of quality service. SP Police check and protect each double-stack train entering and leaving yard areas, thus assuring APL that their shipments will arrive safely at their final destination.
Teamwork's quite important. If one man doesn't know his job or doesn't do his job properly, he lets us all down. We're out here longer than we have to be, and it takes longer to get this shipment wherever it's going.
By working together more consistently, we can provide better service to APL from one end of the railroad to the other. At Tucson, providing good service is stimulated by competition from the trucking industry.
We have to stay on our toes all the time and give good service because of the competition from trucks and other railroads in the area. When we focus on the APL trains to give them good performance, we automatically give all the other trains good performance too.
Everyone has a job to do, and if you don't do it, it does let down the whole organization.
Throughout the system, locomotive availability is critical, so the power we provide will guarantee continuous movement of APL trains.
To me, teamwork is getting merchandise from point A to point B as soon as possible. You know, there's other railroads that would just love to take APL from us. That's why we hustle out here and be a teamwork to keep APL happy. And as far as SP goes right now, you know, we've got all the major connections to get products to him. You know, if he wants them in Chicago, we can get them there. If he wants them in Houston, we can get it there in 2 days.
Nogales, Arizona, south of Tucson, is an international port handling APL traffic in and out of Mexico. Cooperation here between SP and other agencies ensures a smooth flow of APL traffic.
It's not only the sole individual that makes the traffic go from Tucson to Nogales to Mexico, because of the fact of the other agencies that are involved, again, like the brokers and the U.S. Customs, the Mexican brokers, the Mexican Railroad, and of course, without their cooperation, you know, there's no way that you could have a flexible type of interchange here that we do on a daily basis.
My 40 years experience has seen many changes on this railroad, from where the truckers really started taking over in the 60s and the 70s. But I think the railroad is furnishing more competition now. I think your intermodal trains like the APL are expedited more. The teamwork has to be coordinated with the roundhouse. They've got to have their men. The car department rolls them in, inspects them. And it involves crew calling, even to be sure to get the crew's call before the train gets here. We are a vital part of the SP in this position that we control the traffic through the yards.
I look at myself as a link in a chain, and the ship captain's got his job, the railroad engineer's got his, and mine is to provide green signals and a safe railroad for them to get over. Everybody's job out here is crucially important. We need to work together. Everybody has to work together to achieve the goal.
We have to make agreements with customers, and we have to keep our commitments to them. We're in the service business. If you provide a better and quality service to a customer, he has a tendency to continue with your service and give you more of that service.
Good service also requires a reliable right-of-way. Maintaining our right-of-way in top condition ensures consistent and safe movement of all of our customers' trains.
PhD 16, over.
Yeah, AP 224 with Taelor with the tag gang. Can I get tracking time, main track, East Grand, East Tornillo? I'm running your joint tracking time on the main track. When the east switch is flat, the east switch is Tornillo.
Before we even come out, we tell them that we have so many hours to do. We're going to push out so many ties, and then we have to run in to clear, and we try to get it safe for the train to go by. It's just like a baseball team. Everybody has a duty to do, and if everybody works together, everything's easier, you know, for the whole gang.
Well, as a dispatcher, you try to impress on, especially the younger dispatchers, you try to impress upon them the old adage of whatsoever your hand puts to do, do it with all your might. So that being critical as well as your on-time performance, it really gives you a tremendous challenge to keep your priority trains on schedule. It really gives you a good challenge, and I enjoy the challenge. It's a lot of fun.
To get the whole job done, it takes all small parts, car department, clerical department, trucking department, the intermodal, and us working with them as far as when are you going to be ready? I need them, and they call and say, well, when's the train? And we work back and forth to all come together at a certain time to go. There's no doubt about it being a team effort.